Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this story. I'm going to try and upload a new story each day. The Whispering Winds of Wyrmwood Woods. Holly's heart pounded with anticipation as their car wound its way through the narrow, twisting roads of the Isle of Wight. The ancient trees of Wyrmwood Woods loomed on either side, their branches reaching out like skeletal fingers, casting eerie shadows over the road. She glanced at her parents in the front seat, their faces etched with weariness and excitement in equal measure. This remote cabin was meant to be a fresh start for them all, a chance to leave behind the chaos of city life and embrace the tranquility of the countryside. As they approached the cabin, nestled deep within the heart of the forest, Holly's excitement waned, replaced by a gnawing sense of unease. The cabin itself was charming, its wooden exterior weathered by years of wind and rain. But there was something about the surrounding woods that sent shivers down her spine. That first night, as the family gathered around the crackling fireplace, Holly couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows and causing the trees to sway ominously. But it wasn't just the wind that troubled her. Amidst its mournful howls, Holly swore she could hear whispers, faint and indistinct, like the murmurs of long-forgotten ghosts. Her parents dismissed her fears as mere jitters, attributing them to the unfamiliarity of their new surroundings. But Holly couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister lurked within the shadows of Wyrmwood Woods. As the days passed, strange occurrences plagued the family. Objects would go missing, only to reappear in inexplicable places. Unexplained footsteps echoed through the cabin at night, and Holly swore she caught glimpses of shadowy figures darting between the trees. Desperate for answers, Holly ventured into the woods alone, guided by an inexplicable pull she couldn't ignore. As she delved deeper into the forest, the whispers grew louder, their words twisting and coiling around her mind like serpents. They spoke of a dark pact made by the cabin's previous inhabitants, a bargain struck with a malevolent force that bound them to its will. Terrified, Holly raced back to the cabin, her heart pounding in her chest. But it was already too late. The darkness that lurked within Wyrmwood Woods had set its sights on her family, its hunger insatiable and its power undeniable. Night after night, Holly fought against the encroaching darkness, struggling to protect her loved ones from the sinister forces that sought to consume them. But with each passing day, the whispers grew louder, their promises of power and immortality tempting her to surrender to the darkness. In the end, Holly faced a choice. She could either succumb to the darkness that lurked within Wyrmwood Woods or defy it, risking everything to break the dark pact that bound her family to its malevolent force. With courage born of desperation, Holly confronted the darkness head-on, facing down the shadows that lurked within the heart of the forest. And though the battle was long and arduous, she emerged victorious, breaking the dark pact and freeing her family from its clutches. But as they fled Wyrmwood Woods, Holly couldn't shake the feeling that the darkness had not been defeated, merely driven back into the shadows, biding its time until it could rise once more. And as the whispering winds continued to howl through the ancient trees, she knew that their struggle was far from over. Months passed since their harrowing escape from Wyrmwood Woods, but Holly couldn't shake the memories of that fateful time. Nightmares plagued her sleep, visions of shadowy figures and whispered promises haunting her every waking moment. Despite her efforts to move on, the darkness that had once consumed the forest seemed to linger in the corners of her mind, a constant reminder of the horrors she had faced. Determined to put the past behind them, Holly's family relocated to a bustling city far from the isolated cabin that had nearly become their tomb. They immersed themselves in the distractions of urban life, burying their memories beneath the bustle and noise of the city streets. But try as she might, Holly couldn't escape the feeling that they were being watched. Strange occurrences followed them wherever they went, echoes of the malevolent force that had once held them captive. Objects would vanish without a trace, only to reappear in unexpected places. Whispered voices echoed through the darkness of their new home, their words twisted and incomprehensible. As the days stretched into weeks, Holly's sense of unease grew until it became a suffocating weight pressing down upon her chest. She knew that the darkness had not been vanquished, merely driven underground, biding its time until it could rise again. Desperate for answers, Holly delved into the depths of her memories, searching for clues that might explain the sinister force that had plagued their lives. and in the recesses of her mind she found it, a fragment of a forgotten ritual whispered by the wind amidst the ancient trees of Wyrmwood woods. With newfound determination, Holly set out to confront the darkness once and for all, guided by the faint whispers that lingered at the edge of her consciousness. She retraced their steps to the remote cabin that had once been their prison, braving the depths of the forest in search of the source of their torment. But as she stood before the decaying cabin, surrounded by the silent sentinels of Wyrmwood woods, Holly realized that the darkness was not confined to the confines of the forest. It had spread, infecting everything it touched, twisting the very fabric of reality itself. With a heavy heart, Holly knew what she had to do. Drawing upon the strength she never knew she possessed, she confronted the darkness head-on, facing down the shadows that lurked within the heart of the forest. And though the battle was long and arduous, she refused to falter, determined to break the cycle of despair that had plagued her family for generations. In the end, it was not with swords or spells that Holly emerged victorious, but with the power of her will and the strength of her heart. She banished the darkness from Wyrmwood woods once and for all, freeing herself and her family from its insidious grasp. As the whispering winds faded into silence, Holly knew that their ordeal was finally at an end. And those scars remained. Both seen and unseen, she found solace in the knowledge that they had triumphed over the darkness, emerging stronger and more resilient than ever before. For in the face of adversity, it was their love for one another that had ultimately prevailed, shining like a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching shadows. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please don't forget to like, and even better, like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and I hope you have had a great day.